Welcome to another edition of Living Along the Treasure Coast. I'm your host, Mike Lund. Every week we'll be putting out different episodes of the different areas around the Treasure Coast. So don't forget to subscribe down below so you can keep updated. Today's episode is about real estate agent versus realtor. Hi, Mike Lund again. I'm here at Mangrove Park. I'm walking along the banks of the river here, the Mangrove Park, and you never know what lurks deep beneath the waters. It may be an alligator. So a lot of people get alligators confused with crocodiles. They are both prehistoric looking. They're both reptiles. They grow to enormous lengths and they're predators. Everyone's afraid of looking at alligators or crocodiles, and that's why they get confused, because they don't know the difference. But there is a distinct difference between the crocodile and the alligator. The same can be said about a real estate agent and a realtor. They look the same. They're licensed from the same state. They represent both a seller and a buyer in a real estate transaction, and they abide by the different laws of the state.
What is the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor? Just like the alligator and the crocodile, realtor and real estate agent gets turned around and they are compared to be the same person, but they actually aren't. However, you as a buyer or a seller, it's important that you know the difference of who you're working with, whether is it a real estate agent or a realtor. It makes a difference of what level of experience the agent has and what is the capacity to be able to work with you during the sale or the purchase of a home. So the question is, are all real estate agents realtors? Or all realtors real estate agents? Well, a realtor is a real estate agent that has actually advanced further than the agent. So whether you're working with a real estate agent or a realtor, they can help you buy or sell a home and are all real estate professionals. So what really is a real estate agent? A real estate agent is a real estate salesperson that is licensed by the state of which they're doing business in to help buy or sell real estate for others. Now, it's important to note that no unlicensed person can accept money for the sale of any estate or any others without a real estate license. Real estate agent licensees must participate in an approved real estate course, and it's governed by the entity that oversees the real estate in that state. Most states require the salesperson to attend classroom instruction, and it depends on the state. It could be 30 hours to 90 hours. Each state is a little bit different. But upon completion, then they must be able to take a state written exam for that particular state in order to get their license. However, once that person successfully completes that exam and is issued the license from the state, they still need to work under a broker. So all real estate agents and realtors work under brokers. A real estate agent also must have continuing education every 2 years. In other words, there's certain requirements per state that they have to have in order to meet that continuing education. So what is a realtor? A realtor is a generic term. They're actually a real estate agent, but they are members of the National Association of Realtors, or NAR. Now, membership to NAR is optional to the agent, and it is not required. Now, the NAR has been around since 1908 and is the leading, most influential real estate organization in the country. And they have over 1 million members. So what are some of the benefits of this membership for realtors? Networking is one. A realtor has increased networking opportunities because of being a member of the NAR. Education. There are many education opportunities for an agent to enhance their real estate skills. The NAR offers destinations for many real estate niches. For example, the SRES is a senior real estate specialist who is knowledgeable on helping the over 55 community. Or a CBR is a certified buyer representative who is proficient working with a buyer's agent. Realtors also have resources. The NAR provides the member with tons of resources from nationwide market stats to legal help to best practices, the wealth of knowledge, and the resources that a realtor gains by being a member is just invaluable. And one of the most important things, a realtor is held by a code of ethics. By being a realtor member of the NAR, you are also agreeing to a certain code of ethics that are beneficial to not only clients, but to the public and other realtors. The National Association of Realtors was also the first trade organization to hold its members to the higher standard with that strict code of ethics. So what is that code of ethics? Article 1, protect the best interests of the client. Article 2, no misrepresentation, exaggeration, or hiding facts about the property at hand. Article 3, realtors should cooperate with each other unless it's not in the best interests of the client. Article 4 through 5, disclose any personal interest in the property. Article 6 through 8, no recommending services for a kickback or collecting money under the table. Keep client funds separate from their own. Article number 9, all documents pertaining to the transaction should be presented to the buyer or seller in understandable terms. The next group of articles are the duties to the public. So Article 10, there's no denying services on the basis of discrimination. Article 11 provides clients with competent services only within the professional scope. Article 12, no false or misleading advertisement. Article 13, of course, is don't break the law. Article 14, cooperate with the realtor's board investigative proceedings if charged with a violation. And the last 3 articles have to do with the duties of other realtors. So Article 15, no false or misleading statements about other realtors. Article 16, do not solicit clients that have already signed an exclusive listing agreement with another realtor. Or Article 17, which are contractual disputes that will be mediated or arbitrated by the realtor board. So let's look over the key differences, right? So a real estate agent, membership's not required. For a realtor, membership is required. They belong to the NAR. For a real estate agent, an ethical code is not applicable. For a realtor, an ethical code is applicable. For a real estate agent, fees is lower only in licensing cost. For a realtor, fees is higher in both licensing and membership costs to become a realtor. For a real estate agent, training is not necessarily other than to pass the test. However, for a realtor, training is required. For a real estate agent, business cards are not specific. But for a realtor, business cards are specific with a special logo. One thing you must remember, that all realtors are real estate agents, but not all real estate agents are realtors. So the question then says, should I use a realtor or should I use a real estate agent? Here are 3 reasons why a consumer who is in the market to buy or even to sell should use a realtor versus a real estate agent. Statistically, a realtor is better educated and skilled about the business of real estate and consistently earns more money as an agent because of their experience. Experience and training translate into better success for you as a home buyer or a home seller. A realtor also has access to additional education and resources through their national and local associations to provide you with better service. Realtors are also held to a higher standard in dealing with you. And by supporting a realtor, you are supporting an organization that supports issues revolving around home ownership. The National Association of Realtors works daily on advocating on the national, state, and local levels for the ability for the consumer to own, buy, and sell real estate. Some of the things you probably don't know about the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, they were instrumental in keeping the federal flood insurance program intact after Hurricane Katrina, when legislation was set forth to dissolve the program. Without the National Flood Insurance Program, it would have left many homeowners without flood insurance. Now, NAR was also instrumental in the recent legislation that included the delta on homes short sold as income, giving tax relief to already financially burdened homeowners. So if you have an opportunity, consider hiring a realtor versus a real estate agent, then you are supporting your own best interest as well. Not only that, a membership to the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, is not inexpensive, and sometimes it holds back many real estate agents from participating. But that money spent on membership directly benefits every U.S. citizen that owns a home or wants to own a home. So whether you hire a real estate agent or a realtor, that's up to you. It's whatever fits your best situation. There may be advantages to you to hire one over the other. But remember, anyone that is selling a home must have a license in the state that they're selling in order to be able to receive a commission. And not all real estate agents are realtors, but all realtors are real estate agents. It might be in your best interest to hire a realtor like me.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode. So don't forget to comment below or subscribe that we can get updated information. So we'll see you next time on Living Along the Treasure Coast.